The next wave of stimulus checks began trickling out Friday and will continue through the weekend and into next week, the IRS announced this week. Some who are eligible for the payment are already reporting the money is showing up in their accounts or on the way in the mail. Those who receive Social Security, SSI and SSDI benefits are included in this batch of $1,400 payments, and should look for their money to arrive electronically on a direct express card or through paper checks in the mail. The majority of these payments is expected to land April 7. Also in this batch will be 2 million, plus up, payments made through direct deposit and in the mail. However, people who receive veterans benefits and don't file taxes are still waiting on a payment date. Here's how to track your check with the IRS and follow your payment to your mailbox. For millions of people, getting this check may be just the first part of the journey. There are several situations that could result in a partial payment, such as if the IRS uses your 2019 taxes to calculate your stimulus share, but you're entitled to more. This is what the plus-up adjustments are about. There may have been a change to your AGI, or maybe new dependents, like a 2020 baby, were left out. It could be there's a holdup in delivering your stimulus check and you'll need to know how to report or find the rest of your payment. For example, if your check never arrives, but an IRS letter said it did, you may need to request a payment trace. That's why it's critical you know how much money you should expect. We'll explain what to expect below. In the meantime, here's what we know about a fourth stimulus check happening, and how child tax credit payments will bring more money if you have eligible dependents and qualify for the CTC. This story was updated with new information. Stimulus check schedule. The current stimulus timeline and scorecard. Starting this weekend through April 7, SSI and SSDI recipients will finally get their payments, though many veterans will still have to wait. If you receive federal benefits, you'll see your stimulus money either as an electronic transfer to an existing benefits card like Direct Express, your bank account, or in the mail. The IRS will not send EIP cards to this group, the Social Security Administration said. Many people who don't receive federal benefits and didn't get a direct deposit by March 24 will receive a stimulus payment in the mail as a paper check or EIP debit card. However, some may see an electronic transfer as an adjustment called a plus-up appear in their bank account. This is primarily for people who received a partial payment based on 2019 taxes, but are actually due more money based on their 2020 taxes. The people receiving this now have had their 2020 taxes processed by the IRS. The IRS said it will continue to send these plus-up payments on a weekly basis going forward as it processes tax forms and re-evaluates payments. Note that it could take days between the date the IRS or Treasury processes your particular payment and when you receive it, especially if your check is delivered through the mail. If your life circumstances changed between your second check and now, any complications could hold up your payment. If you moved recently, you'll need to tell the IRS and USPS. Here's how the checks have been sent so far. You can, and should, track your stimulus check status these two ways. The IRS updates its Get My Payment Tracker tool for stimulus checks daily. This online app shows you the status of your payment, including when a check is scheduled for delivery. The IRS portal can also flag if there's a problem with your payment you may need to address, but it doesn't tell you the amount you'll receive. You can use a free tool from the USPS to track your mailed stimulus payment. Social Security, SSI, SSDI, veterans and other federal beneficiaries. Your timelines are different. After a weeks-long holdup, the IRS said it is ready to start making payments for SSDI and SSI recipients and retired railroad workers, many of whom automatically qualify for the third check. The first payments are set to arrive the weekend of April 3, with majority of payments going out electronically, either through direct deposit or to existing Direct Express cards, PDF, by April 7, according to the IRS. For those who receive veterans benefits, the IRS said it is reviewing data for Veterans Affairs benefit recipients and expects to determine a payment date soon, with payments possibly going out by mid-April. VA beneficiary payment information will in the future be available in the Get My Payment tool, the IRS said. Note that you'll most likely get the electronic payment transfer if this is how you normally receive benefits, and if you didn't file taxes in 2019 or 2020. However, some in this subset of non-filers could receive an automatic payment sooner if they got a previous check by using the IRS non-filers tool, which is now closed. The SSA says this group will not receive an EIP debit card. Here's our complete guide to stimulus checks for people receiving Social Security benefits. What if you're missing a portion of your stimulus money? There are several reasons the IRS may owe you stimulus money after it sends out the third round of checks. For example, the agency processed your 2019 tax return before it received 2020 tax forms and you are entitled to a bigger payment. If this is your situation, the IRS said it will automatically evaluate if you qualify for more money after it receives your 2020 tax return and send you a supplemental payment for the difference between what you originally received and the amount you now qualify for. You do not need to take any action to receive this supplemental payment, according to the IRS. If you had a baby or added a dependent in 2020, The IRS said it will also automatically send you a supplement payment once it receives your taxes this year. But what if a clerical error accidentally left out a new dependent? Or perhaps your payment never arrived or was accidentally garnished? The IRS may provide a way to file for missing stimulus money before the December 31st deadline. If not, you might have to wait a year to claim it, when you file your 2021 taxes in 2022. Even if you're a non-filer who isn't typically required to file taxes. Your stimulus delivery could be delayed or split up because you receive SSDI or SSI benefits or other federal benefits, and are waiting for your check. Your stimulus check was deposited into a closed or temporary bank account. You moved and the IRS doesn't have your correct mailing address to send a check. Your check is delayed in the mail. Here's how to track it. Your payment may be garnished by private debt collectors. You may not receive money for all of your dependents, including a new baby or older adult. You may be a non-filer who needs to file a 2020 tax return to claim dependents. The IRS based your third stimulus check on your 2019 taxes and you're owed money for your 2020 AGI or dependents. There was a calculation error and you need to claim an adjustment. The IRS sent a letter confirming it sent your stimulus payment, but the money never arrived. Here's more information on problems you might encounter with your stimulus check. Yes, your tax return could cause a snag in your payment date. Taxes are now due May 17th. So how will the IRS figure out how much it owes you? It will calculate your total. You can also do that here. Based on the most recent tax filing it's processed at the time it's ready to tabulate your check. If you filed your 2020 taxes early and you know your tax return was already processed, your total will likely be based on your 2020 adjusted gross income, not on your 2019 AGI. That presents complications if the difference between the 2 years disqualifies you from getting a third stimulus check. On the flip side, if the IRS uses your 2019 taxes and you're owed more money based on your 2020 AGI and dependents, you'll need to claim the difference at a later date. Learn more about some of the stimulus check exceptions and catches here. How you'll need to report a problem with your payment. Sorry, but the IRS really doesn't want you to call if you have any issue with the delivery or amount of your stimulus check. So what to do instead? See our guide that walks you through how to report stimulus check problems, including checks that never arrive. Try filing a payment trace, direct deposit payments that go to the wrong account and other issues. Stimulus payments could actually be due until the end of 2021. Although the IRS and Treasury are sending stimulus checks now, the agencies have until December 31st to complete distributing the third payments. That's good news in the sense they aren't facing a compressed deadline to send out all the checks, as they did with the second stimulus check in December, which only gave them a 17-day window to get the payments out. On the other hand, the nearly 9-month delivery window also means some people may find themselves waiting for their payment, for a variety of reasons. We'll have to wait and see how the IRS deals with any fringe issues that arise, such as the need to claim missing money. More stimulus check details you may need to know about. Stimulus checks aren't necessarily a one-size-fits-all situation. Here are additional guides for households with dependents, or people trying to understand if they'd receive their own check, people who receive SSI or SSDI, older adults, people who are retired and veterans tax non-filers, such as veterans, families with child support situations, families with mixed status citizenship. And here's everything you need to know about the third stimulus check. How to calculate your stimulus total and every way the stimulus bill can bring you more money.